Get a quick little belly shot. Look at all that tracking going down through there. Like, what's going on, everybody? Joel here from State 48 Exotics, and in today's video we're going to go over the snakes that had recently hatched out that have finally had their first shed. So I'm super excited to kind of show that off because there's just nothing like seeing those snakes after they finally have their first shed. Like, all their true colors start showing up. They're just vibrant and awesome looking, and I'm super pumped to show those off. So before we really get started, I just wanted to ask everybody to comment down below what their ideal dream snake would be. And this is like genie in a bottle situation. This is something that we do quite a bit on the Reptile Unplugged's live interviews during the week. Every Wednesday, selfless plug, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's a question that comes up quite a bit, and I would love to hear whoever is watching this video's dream snake and what that might be, because I think that's always so fascinating to hear what people can come up with in their minds, and then that is really the groundwork to like putting it to real life. And I'd also like to say thank you so much for everybody that's been helping out so far in this channel. Like, the comment section has been absolutely insane. And I also wanted to say, if you happen to be new here, thank you so much for showing up. And if you like what you see here, jump down there, hit that little subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up if you think it's good. If you think it sucks, give it a thumbs down. Gotta know what's going on, right? But without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into this clutch, because I am super pumped to really show these guys and gals off. All right, everybody, here we go. So we have our babies out. They have finally shed and are ready to, I feel like, be fully shown off. So this breeding was a leopard yellow belly, double het clown pied, bred to a female clown. And so the results of the clutch were, I feel like, pretty dang awesome. We ended up with one wild type, which is the male you're seeing right here, and the rest of the 5 eggs, so the 6-egg clutch, was some kind of at least single gene or something like that worked in. So here he is. Obviously, as I had mentioned, this is our wild type male. He is 100% het for clown, and he is also 50% het pied. And I feel like the wild types get a bad rep because we do have so many morphs and so much cool stuff going on here in the hobby that oftentimes I feel like these snakes here are certainly overlooked. But it's pretty incredible, really, what just a single gene wild type can really do for anybody's setup, and helping you prove out other morphs you may or may not have, or if you have a female that doesn't know anything, or male, vice versa. Pretty important to at least have, I feel like, one wild type in every setup. But this little dude here, I don't know if you buy into the tracking or anything like that, but I tell you what, if you do, this snake right here looks to me to be a really strong indicator for that het pied. So hopefully somewhere down the road somebody gets to prove this little guy out for me. I would be super pumped to see this dude prove out to be 100% double het. But in either way, really gorgeous snake nonetheless. Has really bright whites around his alien heads. I really like seeing that, especially right here in this area, like the highlights around the alien heads. I think that's super pretty, and not enough is really said about how really pretty the wild type ball pythons are. All right, so next dude up is another male. He is the first yellow belly of the clutch. Super pumped on him. And a quick little shout out, this tub here with all of them in it, this isn't what they're all held in. This is just for video purposes. I just have them all in here because it's more convenient to kind of keep them all in the same spot rather than run around picking them up one by one and stuff like that. So they all have their own tubs now. I do leave them all together until they all have actually shed. I feel like it helps them all shed like in that first couple weeks, or couple days, where they're all entering into shed sort of at the same time, and they kind of rub on each other and really just get those shed off. But after that, they all get their own tubs, and this is sort of my basic tub setup: a little water dish, some Repti chip, and they're good to go for a little bit. Anyways, so here he is. This is the first yellow belly of the clutch. He's holding on to a tiny bit of Repti chip that we just dropped. Let's see right here. There we go. A little bit of Repti chip. Go ahead and put that back in there. Waste not, waste not. So here he is, like I said, a little yellow belly, 100% het clown, 50% het pied. The yellow belly gene, man, I can't say enough about how amazing the yellow belly gene is. Like, check that belly out. That's freaking ridiculous. That's so cool looking to me. I just, you know, so here comes alert, personal opinion time. If you don't have yellow belly in your recessive lineup, I think you are making a grave mistake. The power of yellow belly in any recessive it's just insane, like what it can do. I haven't once seen a yellow belly blah, let's say insert clown, insert puzzle, insert pied, insert hopefully soon to be sunset, and been like, man, that's a bummer yellow belly got into that. Like, it's crazy what that gene can do. And this guy here, you know, he could certainly be on his way to making some really pretty snakes here in the near future. You know, these males, you know, they have the potential to be ready in 6-7 months. So, you know, you never know. This little dude here could make some killer animals very soon. But we'll get him nestled down. He seems to be into a little bit of a running mood. But yeah, here he is right here. I couldn't be more happier with how pretty this little dude came out. All right, so here we go. If you've been following along on my Instagram, I posted this girl just the other day. It was like the first time I ever had that perfect, you know, snake in a hand picture where the snake was just like a perfect S all the way down. She just sat so pretty for me. It was silly. It was a proud snake dad moment, to be honest. Like, I was super pumped on that. But anyways, this girl right here to me is a yellow belly leopard, 100% het pie, or 100% het pied, 100% het clown, pas het pied. She is a looker. Like, this snake is so pretty. And you know, the thing with me with yellow belly and leopard, tremendously hard to really ID, you know, in my opinion. So when I say this is yellow belly, I'm sort of at that, like, you know, 99% sure this is yellow belly. And the reason I am so leaning more towards like the strong sure is like those yellows and stuff coming into the bottom of the snake. You know, that side pattern's really wrapping down into the belly scales. And it just seems like the snake is really vibrant. It has a you know, with leopard, I guess. Quick little thing. With leopard, there is already a head stamp with leopard, but I feel like this head stamp's a little more pronounced than usual. It looks very similar to her dad. The other really cool thing about this snake is that eye stripe is broken up. It has like a little line through it and then a couple dots coming down the side of the eye. I think that is so unique. I haven't really seen that very often. So, you know, this side actually has, let's see if we can get her, actually has kind of a more pronounced version of the other side. I think that's, sorry, little girl, I don't mean to mess with you too much, but that's really cool to me. I love that right there. So yeah, this girl right here actually has already been spoken for. So it's one of my buddies here locally, here in the Valley of the Sun, right? And so I'm super excited to see what he ends up doing with her. I know she's going to grow up to be just a stunning adult, and the power in this snake, especially if she proves out to be het pied, is going to be freaking magic. Like that, the leopard clown pieds by themselves are just ridiculous. Like they're my favorite base, you know, clown pied, if you can say base on a leopard clown pied, really. But just to hit like the leopard yellow belly clown pied, whew, that's madness right there. That's just silly. So she could very well be an instrumental part to anybody's program like that, especially, you know, over here. But yeah, here she is in all her glory. Just an absolute stunner. All right, so next girl up, she's giving us our best rendition of what a ball python is. So this right here is what I believe, again, to be a yellow belly leopard. Very similar coloration to the last girl. The only thing that I like maybe a little bit more, if we can't get her a little unballed here to try to let her show off a little bit. You know, these snakes, I feel so bad for them. They're the first snakes that came out this year, so they have been harassed by me so much because I can't get enough of baby snakes. You know, it's all this hard work all year, you know, raising these animals up for 3 years and getting all the conditions right and putting those pairings together and all that thought that goes into this, and then this is finally the reward, seeing these just like perfect little babies come out of these eggs. It's just like there is no greater feeling than that in this hobby. You know, this is it right here. This is what we all work for, is just these baby snakes coming out of this egg. It's just, this is a tremendous feeling, and I just can't get enough. But because of that, I really need to give them a little bit more of a break. But I keep taking pictures of them and, you know, doing this video, and, you know, so they'll get their break after this video. I'll give them a couple days to kind of just nestle in before I really try to feed them or anything like that. But anyways, back to the snake in hand. Let's say this is just a stunner to me. This is probably going to be a snake that I want to hold back. I don't know if I will hold this snake back. You know, I've told myself this year I need to be disciplined. I need to let more than, you know, 3 snakes go every year, and you know, so it's tough because this is a gorgeous snake right here. So what's cool about this snake right here is the tail. It looks like to me, you know, the posset pied side of this animal might prove out to be an actual pied, I guess you would call it. It has a little bit of a ringer there, and though I'm not you know, huge on the idea that there are a lot of markers for any recessive, let's say, I will say that there does seem to be some leading indicators that something may or may not have, let's say, pied in it, or, you know, etc. I guess we'd say. So to me, this girl right here, I think she's going to prove out to be that het pied. You know, that tail. Let's see if we can kind of get that in the shot a little bit. Well, not really, but yeah, that tail is pretty dang vibrant to me, and I don't know, it's gonna be tough. You know, I'm sure somebody could probably convince me to let this little girl go, but definitely gonna take some negotiation. You know, I don't know, it's gonna be a negotiation with myself, and then maybe somebody else, because I really like to see her go to somebody I know if I was to let her go, just so I can see if she does happen to prove out to be het pied. You know, I would love to see that, and then I would love to buy a baby from her, because this snake is like my. It's weird to say that this might be my favorite snake in the entire clutch, because there's some really pretty snakes in this clutch, but she is definitely a stunner. So let's check out that belly if we can. Nah, she doesn't want any part of that. Let's check that head out. That like a jigsaw pattern right there. That's so cool. But anyways, moving on. Okay, so getting into the first visual of the recessives of the bunch, let's say. We got our first clown here, and this is a little girl. This is a yellow belly clown female. So she is also 50% het for pied, but geez, check out that side pattern. Like, look at that head stamp. That thing is so freaking cool. Like, that is a wicked head stamp. It almost looks like a bull, like a longhorn bull, like coming up with the antlers coming off, or, you know, I don't know. It's just, that is a wicked looking head stamp. I was so pumped when I saw that in the egg. But check out this belly. Like, look at the side pattern on that. That is madness. Like, look at the checkering going across there, and the yellow belly. I feel like the yellow belly has such a pivotal influence on the side of this snake. Like, that's where you're seeing this snake really shine, is down here in her belly and the side pattern running through here. Jeez, like, look at that. That's incredible. This girl here is actually already spoken for as well. Good buddy up there in the Northern California ring snagged her from me. I would like to say I'm excited, because it's always cool to see your snakes move to different homes. But to be honest, I'm also a little bummed, because I wouldn't have been upset if this girl remained here, to be quite honest. So I will say she is going to a great home though, and I can't wait to see what eggs she's laying on in a couple years, because I know it's going to be a killer project that she's put to. So we'll to be continued on this little girl. All right, so I guess you would call this the crown jewel of the clutch. It was quite literally the best genes that you can hit. Well, I guess technically the best would be also there's a guaranteed way to know that there's pied in this, or 100% het for pied. But this is probably, you know, the best combo you can hit. And so I believe this to be a leopard yellow belly clown. This snake, whew, I'm gonna probably throw in some fancy pictures here to really show this off, because I feel like I'm not doing justice on how amazing this snake really looks. Like the side pattern here is just like, this is the perfect leopard to me, as far as like pattern to clown ratio. Like, I love all those dots. That looks like a real leopard. Like, that looks like a leopard to me. Let's see if we can get his tail to show off. Like, there we go. Look at that. Like, it looks like we have a little bit of an almost wannabe ringer pulling up there. You know, I don't know. I'm pretty ringer happy, if you can't tell. You know, I look at it and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a ringer. That's a ringer. Just like, you know, that last video, that's a yellow belly. That's a yellow belly. But yeah, I think if I was a betting man, I would say this little dude here is going to prove out to be het pied, you know. So to me, this is, you know, I'm going to break my rule. I think I'm going to keep him. I think I'm keeping him. So I think this little guy is going to stay here. Super pumped to get him up in the lineup, because I think this guy right here is going to be pretty instrumental to making me some really pretty leopard yellow belly clown pies. Because I tell you what, I'm betting right now that this dude right here is he's gonna be 100% het for pied, and I just cannot wait to get him in the lineup. I think he is going to be something to be trifled with, right? You know, this is gorgeous. So here he is in all his glory. Like, check that head stamp out. I think that is super pretty. Try to get a quick little belly shot. Look at all that tracking going down through there. Like, this snake is an absolute stunner. And so here he is. We'll go ahead and put these babies back up into their tubs. So there we go, right? Pretty crazy clutch. I feel like that's some really good odds. You know, one wild type, five snakes in there, carried some kind of other trait other than just being, you know, the wild type. So that's super cool to me. Can't really get much better than that when you have 6 eggs and you're doing a het to visual clown, you know, pairing. So it's just awesome to start the year with that clutch. You know, I hope that's a significant signal to what's going to be the rest of the year. You know, we have 2 more clutches in the oven. The first clutch should be hatching out around August 5th. The following clutch should be August 12th. So when I get home from Pomona, we should have another clutch pipped out and ready to go. So I'm super excited for that. And so just, I guess, like a quick little recap on what we're going to have there. We have a pastel highway that was posset pied, bred to a yellow belly or gravel pied. So I hope to prove out 2 things there. I really hope to prove out if he is yellow belly or pied, and I really hope to prove out if she is actually het for pied. So either way, that's gonna be a really cool clutch. You know, best case scenario, she doesn't prove out to be het pied. We're gonna get hopefully some pastel highways, 100% het for pied out of that clutch, and then, you know, that's the best case scenario for that. And then the best case scenario for the male is that we somehow nail the super gravel out of that. So we'd get maybe a super gravel het pied, or potentially we could get a super gravel pied. Like, that would be the ultimate best case scenario, right? Hitting a super gravel pied. I think that would be really cool. Actually, I've never even really seen one, so I don't even know if they exist. I'm sure they're out there somewhere, but I have actually never seen one. So I would be really pumped to see what that snake looks like. So fingers crossed for that. And so the second clutch is sort of a who's your father. It was same male, the yellow belly or gravel pied, bred to a pinstripe pied female. So regardless, the whole clutch is going to be pieds, because the second male that was bred to her is a banana pied. And so I should technically say coral glow, because that is the bloodline that he came from. It is the coral glow bloodline, though in my opinion they are the same exact morph. They do the same exact thing. So, you know, whatever. I might get roasted for that, but they do the same thing. So, a Coral Glow pied, he is 100% het for clown also, so that's really cool, you know. So, he happens to be the dad. We might be getting some Coral Glow pinstripe pieds, posset clowns. That would be That would be a really cool thing. So I don't know. Really, either way, both of those clutches I'm super excited for. I think there's a lot of potential definitely in either one. So super excited for that. So yeah, I guess this is kind of leading towards the end of the video. I just want to thank everybody for sticking around like this long. If you're still watching this video, you are a legend, and let me know. And so if you've stuck around this long in this video, comment down below your favorite color, and everybody that comments their favorite color, I'm going to send you out some stickers. I just ordered a bunch of new stickers, so they're going to be a, sort of just a new design, but yeah, as soon as those come in, everybody that comments your favorite color down below, I'm going to get in contact with you, and we're going to send you out some stickers. So thank you again so much. Really pumped on what's coming up in the near future, and just can't wait to keep getting these babies hatch out. Like this is Christmas. This is Christmas for us snake breeders. Like this is the coolest thing ever. I love it. I am so jazzed up on this. This is I don't know. I just can't say enough. But again, thanks everybody. Be on the lookout for more videos to come. Super excited to try to pump out more content on this channel. I got some zest. I got some zest for video editing again, and really just diving into this because it's a lot of fun. It really is. So, anyways, I hope you all have a good morning, evening, night, whenever you may be watching this. And till next time, we'll see y'all later.